Hare Krishna. So we're here with His Grace Dayalu Nitai Prabhu, who is the organizer and behind the preaching of the Hare Krishna community and the organizer of the project Varnashram project here in the Hare Krishna village. And I just was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about the project. How did it start? I know that Raghava Pandit Prabhu, he told me that there are 3 preaching centers, right, in Jaipur, and this Far community, and they all work together, right? So I'm just gonna pass the microphone and we can hear Dayalu Nitai Prabhu. I'll put it here if you don't want. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatrubhyasya kripa sindhuvasya patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisheshunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advait Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So thank you very much. Your name? Ramchandra Prabhu. So Ramchandra Prabhu has been here for a couple of days, and he has interviewed many other devotees in our community. So I'll also add a few things to on his request. So basically what we do is, before we started any of these projects, whether it is youth preaching going on in the cities or trying to establish this Varnashram or farm community, we first try to read all the instructions of most of the instructions of Prabhupada in his room conversations, morning walks, books through folio, Veda base, and then try to just implement them as it is. So Prabhupada has talked a lot, especially in the after 1974-5 towards final pastimes on Varnashram especially, and farm community and things. Just earlier we were preaching in the cities, Jaipur city, where we have youth preaching. Still we have many 3 centers, youth preaching centers, and then somehow things started moving this way, that I got some instructions were coming from Prabhupada regarding Varnashram, and then we got some cows also, and things started moving in this direction. And then we felt that we need a place far, because Prabhupada said that if you want to set up a Gurukul or a thing, it should be far away from the city actually, atmosphere. So we were looking for a land near the city, so we got this land where we are currently situated. And though it's like Rajasthan is very scarce, water is very scarce and things are very difficult, but somehow by the grace of Krishna and Prabhupada and by the hard work of the devotees here, in the last 3 years, maximum 3 years, we have developed this. It has become quite green, and we are growing a lot of vegetables. Like Prabhupada says, grow fresh, eat fresh. So he likes very much when something grown on the farm comes, he would become very happy actually. So all the vegetables are coming. We are every day getting all the vegetables for all the devotees. So the basic idea, what I understood from Prabhupada's books and teachings, is that this Varnashram community or the farm communities save time and chant Hare Krishna, because the modern civilization has complicated the life so much that people do not have any time, especially the Grahasthas. They have to earn money, they have to maintain their families and the complicated jobs, and how they can sustain. So here, if you are able to make a self-sufficient community, and so like already 5-6 Grahastha families are living, and around many brahmacharis are living, and their children are studying in the Gurukul, and we are growing our own food. So like that, the cost of living is very low, so they can save so much time instead of doing complicated jobs. And then we segregate according to their guna and karma, what work they will do. Like Prabhupada said, first decide the varna and then the ashrama. So varna is the what work they will do. So the inclination of the devotee, according to the inclination, if he is inclined brahmanically, then he should be employed in pathan, yajan, yajan. If he is inclined more towards kshatriya kind of tendencies, then he should be employed in management, and otherwise krishi, goraksha, vanijyam. So we have agriculture, we have cows, we have trading also of extra products. So this way the devotee is peaceful because he is doing work which is suitable to his modes of nature, and all of them are doing for Krishna. So this is Devi Varnashram. So Krishna is in the center. We have a temple, small temple, and where we gather together for everyone, whether he is Grahastha or Brahmachari or Brahman or Kshatriya. We all chant Hare Krishna, we all read Bhagavatam.
Quite big actually, according to our Prabhupada's Anuga centers in the West.
Okay.
We have very small temples compared
Okay,
to
okay.
this is like a palace, for all the Prabhupada followers.
Yeah, now this is the advantage because we have such a huge piece of land here, and it costs us only, as compared to if this land we even the richest man would cannot afford to buy this land in the city, because still people are all crowded up in the city and with the small pieces of land, and with so much little money, so much land is lying vacant. Prabhupada used to say whenever he would go, that so much land is lying vacant, why don't you just grow food? What is the economic problem? Simply it is created, just grow food and eat and just chant Hare Krishna. So we are trying in that direction, though there are many hardships and obstacles because the climate, the nature, everything is turning against. And so recently we have dug some wells for rainwater harvesting, and so that we could do. And the children, they are being trained in the Gurukul. Maitre Muni Prabhu, whom we have already interviewed, he is very nice brahmachari, he is taking care of them. And this Gurukul is not like the regular schools. Prabhupada never wanted them to give them regular degrees where they go out and then do some jobs. So we already tell their parents that we are going to train them in such a way that they, according to them, they'll become either Brahminical work or Kshatriya, and according to this kind of a thing.
Parents know that.
Yeah, parents already know.
They're going to become devotees.
Yeah, devotees, and this is the work they will do. Self-sufficient. They will not going to do any jobs like that, regular jobs. So still we have got some students, because Prabhupada says, after saying this, nobody gives his child.
Yes.
But somehow by the grace of Prabhupada, we have got some 20-25 students here.
Yes.
In the college, some students and some Gurukul. The smaller students have been taken care of by Matajis, and 5-6 years, and the bigger students. All these instructions are given by Prabhupada on Gurukul, very extensive. So I have compiled a book also, Back to Prabhupada Gurukul, in which all the normal questions which are there in the devotees' minds, that why Gurukul and what will happen to them after they grow up, and what kind of training. And in the answer I have just quoted Prabhupada's quotes, whatever Prabhupada has said on that particular topic. So I worked approximately 1 to 2 years on that book, Back to Prabhupada Gurukul. That PDF is uploaded on the internet.
Yeah, I have actually a copy of that Prabhu that he gave me. So the Purujit Prabhu, our officiating acharya, he went through it, and that's why he was so inspired, to send me here and just interact with the devotees. Because here in the West, I think one of the biggest issues are that there are no devotees to deal with, just like simple dealings, So it's very inspiring to see how you actually all together you're managing, like teamwork.
So in one place Prabhupada says that earlier the farmers, they would if they had even dearth of money, they would work in the city, but as soon as they get money, they would buy land in the villages.
Yeah, they go back.
So somehow some same kind of thing we are doing. Like in the city we have rented places, and we are preaching there till this civilization is going on, because Prabhupada has predicted that this modern civilization will crash. So we have rented places, and there we are doing this youth preaching and other programs.
Yes.
And
So
we
it's
have
not that you are escaping
Ah.
the
Yeah.
materialistic civilization.
and then this we have bought when we whatever donations or money we are able to get from our supporters, we buy land here and try to develop a farm so that people are permanently they can live here,
And
like
settle.
settle here, and they can
And may I ask a little bit about, like, initially how did this project Hare Krishna community started? Like, I know that Raghava Pandit he was assisting you from pretty much the very beginning. Right? And how did it came about? Were you part of like another organization before, or?
Actually I 95 I passed out from IIT Kanpur. I did my engineering, and then I got some job in Bangalore, where I got some books of Prabhupada from my roommate.
Yes.
And after reading those books, like, my mind was quite much turned.
Okay.
And then that time I came in contact with ISKCON Bangalore devotees, and I joined that place, ISKCON Bangalore, and I was there till 98. And then due to some health reasons and some other things, I came back to my hometown, Jaipur. So
Yes.
this is my parents were here. So that time there was no devotees practically here. I was alone, and then I got married. My wife is teaching in the Gurukul. She's a nice devotee. And then for my livelihood, I was running some computer classes, coaching classes. So the students who would come to learn, I was a engineer earlier.
Okay. Software engineer.
No software, not software, but I got a job in software.
Okay.
So then, along with the classes, I will also tell about Bhagavad Gita, and then have some Sunday program. So we started with some two, three boys would come, and we would do the same program, chanting, then class.
Just in your place.
And then in my place, a small
wow.
room.
Okay.
That was in 2008 or something. Sorry, not 2008. It was in 2000.
2000.
Year 2000, yeah. And then gradually more and more boys and families started joining. Then I took a bigger place. Then that place also became smaller. Then we took a bigger house. Then like that.
Okay, so expanded by Prabhupada's mercy.
Yeah. So more and more devotees join, and
But pretty much it started single-handedly, right? You met some devotees in Bangalore, but then you went back and you started it single-handedly with your family.
Me and my wife,
And then other devotees joined.
yes.
Raghava Pandit Prabhu told me that most of the devotees, actually the full-time, the brahmacharis, they came from this college program you were running in Japan.
Then later on, initially these devotees came from my computer classes.
Okay.
And then this Raghav and all, they were my students for computer classes.
Okay, he was your student in
Yeah.
computer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So initial devotees, they came from my computer classes. And then after that, when we had some more devotees, then we started doing college programs. So we got some big auditoriums where we used to get around 500 students, 1000 students, these kind of big programs.
Wow.
And then from those programs, we opened some hostels, and
Like the one in Sitapur that Raghava
Yeah.
took me to.
Mm.
Okay.
so then from those youth preaching programs, some devotees join, and others who are doing some jobs, they are also in touch. Raghav Prabhu especially preaches to them through internet regularly. So they are chanting, they are reading some books, they are supporting us a little bit economically.
Yes.
So like that, we are following up with, we follow up with most of the people we preach to. We follow up even if they go into some
Yes.
jobs. We follow up so that they continue their Krishna consciousness.
Yes. Yeah, we have a very similar experience because in the West, our organization Bliss, we have never were in touch with any like really big organization or anything like that, and we had to, just like you described the situation, from an apartment to a house to a bigger facility. So it's pretty much the same thing. We were renting a small apartment and then a house, and then recently we got this place by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and his dear devotees, a whole mansion, you can say, in Spain. You know? We can host festivals and programs now, and a little, sort of like a farm in Slovakia. So we can very much
Okay.
appreciate the. I think not many devotees actually realize what is it to preach without any. Of course, Prabhupada is there for everyone,
Yes.
but when you don't have a backup,
Backup,
like ISKCON or big institution
Yeah.
behind you, it's very difficult. So it's a great proof of the sincerity of the endeavor.
Yeah.
What is manifesting here in the Hare Krishna village.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Very
One more question that Purjit Prabhu asked me to refer to is, how do you envision cooperation with other like-minded devotees in Srila Prabhupada Sangha, that have the same understanding that Prabhupada is a spiritual master, they follow sincerely and strictly what Srila Prabhupada left.
Yeah, I had, after going through many experiences with other devotees who are Prabhupada Anugas, I was thinking that till I don't know what is Krishna's plan as far as ISKCON is concerned as an organization, when this system of Ritvik and all this will. So till then, I feel that whichever group is running, they should run their own organizations. There is no need to like suppose like Bliss is there or HKC is there. Prabhupada says one place in Chaitanya Charitamrita that it does not matter ISKCON or FISKCON. He says like that.
Bring students.
Yeah, bring students, ISKCON or FISKCON. So he wants Krishna. So there are independent, so many organizations. So we could make some website where we can have some common name or something, and we can put some icons there that there is one Bliss and there is an HKC, there is this thing. So people will know that these are different
Have some
information. So anybody visiting, they can. But before that, we should ensure that they are actually following. And but what happens? We add and then we find out, and then people say, "Oh, you are calling them, but they are doing this." And so we have some standards first, minimum standards that okay, they are up to that, and then we can at least virtually come together.
It should not become another like a tag, name tag, Prabhupada
Anuga, yeah.
and under the name doing all
then
nonsense. So it's very bad. That's true. And how would you like ensure that? Let's say by association, I guess, or
so
who would actually do the check and
balance? Check and balance. Yeah, somebody has to do the check and balance.
Yeah, we were Purjit Prabhu and Makanshore, His Grace. They were traveling in Europe last summer and going through different Prabhupadanugas, and they noticed that there are many Prabhupadanugas, but they're very wild practices of this term, especially because at least ISKCON, they have a big misunderstanding, but one thing they're good at, that we can admit, that they have some system.
The
system. They have hierarchy and they follow something. But this term Ritvik or Prabhupadanuga became misused because there is no leadership or no leader.
Yeah, that's a very big challenge actually. We have to. I think first we come together on some virtually, maybe on a website, on some common name. And then set some standards, and then include those groups. And then we interact with each other. So suppose somebody is coming, like you came to India. So if you wouldn't have known that there is a group like this, you wouldn't have come here also. So since you came to know about it from somewhere, so you are here now. So like that, many people may not even know that in some place, because there are many Prabhupada followers who are in pockets, staying maybe individually or collectively. So you could find them, and if they are actually following, then we could.
Yeah, that's a good start.
Put them on this thing.
And let's say we come to some standards.
Yeah.
What would you say is the next step? Let's say we sit down, we agree, we
Yeah,
follow
these are the
similar
standards.
way?
Yeah, these are the standards, minimum standards, which to call yourself a Prabhupada Anuga.
Yes. How would you, let's say, see the preaching go like together globally?
Yeah, then we can help each other in the sense that since devotees are traveling and preaching, so
Like manpower.
manpower, yeah,
Okay.
transfer, like the Gurukul is here, they're growing up, and now my idea is not that simply just keep on expanding this Hare Krishna village. Like they should, if some nice devotees come out here, if we are able to train, then they can go outside, they can go abroad,
Yes.
and if you people are there somewhere, like suppose you are there preaching somewhere,
Yes.
so we can send somebody from here to who's
Yes.
already trained up to help you in preaching in your
Yes.
place. Like that, there can be, just like it was there in Prabhupada's time. So
I can tell you openly, one of the, I would say, like problems in our circumstances that in Bliss, for example, it's mostly brahmacharis.
okay.
So we don't know, even like Mataji's, like a Mataji comes and she wants to get trained and initiated. We don't know how to even tell her how to put the sari because we brahmacharis. So that will be a great aid if
Yeah.
grihastas,
Yeah.
right, such as your good self, you have many exemplary grihastas, not just you, but
Yeah, there are many
Mataji,
grasses,
Prabhus, and-
many grasses. Yeah.
and they can come here for this training
Yeah.
and show
Yeah.
everyone. So
Yeah.
and all these different services.
Yeah. First of all, that's
Yeah.
because of this like website, and we are saying, first of all, we don't even know like I like through Raghav I came to know that there is in Canada you are Prabhu,
Okay.
Prabhu is there,
Montreal,
and this
yeah.
thing Montreal, yeah. So like that, so many devotees will be there, I think, around the world who are
Yes.
we may not know, so we should
Keep the mind.
at least keep them. We can use this net.
Yeah, but it's a good point that there should be some check and balance.
Yeah,
There
otherwise-
are many there are some websites that do that, but many times they add people that we know. We don't need to mention names, but we know they're really often they're understanding sadhana
Yeah.
and that. So yeah, there should be some check and balance. And what is your envision for the future of the community in Jaipur and the Hare Krishna village?
Yeah, I think
Wishes, predictions.
very nice leaders have been created.
Okay.
Like already Raghav Pandit Prabhu, Pranwala Prabhu, and Rasraj. There are many devotees. They are giving lectures and they are taking care. Jaipur Center is totally taken care of by them.
Yes.
So now I think they will all these devotees they will expand and they will try to
Keep it expanding
Yeah.
in quality.
quality.
Yeah, I can see the devotees, the senior devotees here, they're doing really
Yeah.
first class job. First class job.
I always promoted this culture, and like you've seen here, all of them hearing from Prabhupada,
Yes.
and there is no kind of hero worship here or anything like that. We are normal everybody, and
Yeah.
like Prabhupada
Common
is
sense.
common sense.
Yes.
So trying to give them a chance to lead and push them forward, so that they can. So I think so many nice devotees they have come out.
Yeah, I can sense it too. That someone who is actually qualified, he will develop here.
Yeah,
There's so many services, so many nice devotees.
yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu,
Hare
for
Krishna.
this great fortune allowing me to come here and experience the Hare Krishna village.
Okay.
Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Prabhupada.
Hari
All glories
Bol.
to all the